Ladies, if your brows look like this, that thin, that shape, you need help, okay? So, hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a very highly requested video, how to brows. So if you followed me for a while, sorry, I need to turn down my lights. Brows are like one of my favorite things to do, and we've come a very long way. They have not always looked like this, so I am here to show you all my tips and tricks and my two holy grail brow products, and then my favorite brow gel. So if you want to see how I create my normal brow look, just keep on watching. Okay, so right now my brows are done. I just got home from work, so I'm just filming this to get it out of the way, and to I've really actually been super excited to film it. And yeah, so basically I sat down, I grabbed my wine, and I was like, let's film. So what I'm gonna do is just a comparison. So really, I'm gonna keep one of my brows on. I'm going to take my eyebrow products off of this eye, and I use the Neutrogena makeup wipes, the classic ones that like everybody uses. So just to show you guys that I don't have any product in, I am going to take a makeup wipe and remove all of my brow product. So it's also gonna take off my makeup, which not ideal, but it is what it is. So I want this video to be pretty quick, like a very fast brow tutorial. Okay. Oh, okay, so this is my done brow. This is my natural brow. Oh my god. Why am I doing this? Okay, so like I said, or like you can see, I have a shape, like a basic shape, but they're not really symmetrical. They're not super filled in aesthetically, you know, where they should be. So let's get to it. So when I'm starting off completely fresh with a brow, like no product in, no leftover product from the night before, ladies, I will take, I'm just jumping right in, I'm not even showing you the product, oh my god. Okay, so I have two products that I use. One of them is the ever so famous Anastasia Dip Brow. And because I have black hair, I use the color Ebony, which is like black essentially. So let me show you. You can see I've had it for a while. It's very, very dark brown, basically black. And I do use the Anastasia Dip Brow brush that came with, well, not came with, but was made for the product as well. So I do use both of those. And then my more everyday brow product that I use all the time is the Precisely My Brow by Benefit. It is the thinnest brow pencil like on the market. It's so thin and amazing. You can make, I'll show you. You can make literal brow hairs, just like tiny strokes, which is amazing. So I use that for the inner part of my brow. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, ASMR, was that like a little ASMR swallow moment? Okay, so what I'm gonna do when I'm trying to draw the shape out, so if you have eyebrows that you don't like the shape, you want to reshape them, whatever, I square mine out a little bit because I can. So that's what I do. I take my I take my Anastasia Dip Brow and I just kind of tap it into the product. I'm not scooping, nothing like that. I just tap. I'm getting about that much on the product. Focus in, you got this. Not a ton. And then I start going underneath. I feel like I need to like use my zoom side of my mirror. Nope, can't see. Okay, great. So I start by going underneath my brow, and I'm basically getting it right at the beginning. And I raise my eyebrows to like straighten them out a little bit, and I draw straight across into my arch and then down. So if you can see, I know it looks a little crazy, but we're getting there. And then what I do is I also take the flat part and I kind of brush that line up into my hairs to create more of like a flawless, seamless transition between the product and my brow. So it's not so obvious how much I'm really putting, how much I'm putting in my brow. So it's my man. Hold. Okay, moving on. So I take that product and just build it in underneath. You can see the line is not super sharp. I always clean that up at the end. And then I'm just gonna like bring my mirror a little bit closer to me so I can see. I'm not like very, I use my finger to literally push the product back up into my brow. I'm not like an Instagram brow girl kind of thing. I'm like, So then what I do aesthetically, okay, like if God really did you a solid and made your brows perfect, like my boyfriend, who doesn't even appreciate it, but you would have your eyebrows start at the center edge of your nose, not the outside of your nostril, the inner part of your nose. So if you notice my brow here, I do this. I take my brush, I line it up with the side of my nose, and I make a little dot. You probably can't even see that. It's so tiny. That is where I draw my brow to. That is how much I fake my brow out. Like, come on. But look at how it turns out. Like, keep watching. So what I do after that is I brush that product upward just a little bit. And now I have the base of my brow. Then I'm going to take the spoolie, push down my hairs, and we're going to work on the top of my brow. So same thing, I'm just going to dip in a little bit, and I start on the arch, which again, it's like threes. So the beginning should be here, the arch should be at your nostril, and the tip should be at the edge of your eye. Make sure your waxer is doing you that way. So I find my arch and I brush it down to meet in the tail. And then I create a slight more arch. And I start coloring in the brow. Like I said, I want it to be like a seamless blend. So now we kind of have the arch. And then I actually leave it there. That is all I will be using the dip brow for. Dip brow is thick, it's heavy, it's creating a shape of your brow. But when we're getting into like the inner corners, you want to kind of soften it up, right? Like you don't want it to be so harsh. That's where this guy comes in. So now what I do is I take the little, the Precisely My Brow, and I start drawing little hairs. Just little hairs upward, little baby hair strokes. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's little tiny baby hairs upward. And then while my hairs are brushed down, I use the Precisely My Brow. And again, I draw tiny hair strokes from the top down into the brow. And then I take my spoolie and just start to soften it up and blend those products into my hairs, so it starts to look more seamless. Now, you can see this is what we're working with. This is what we're shooting for on this side. So what I'm gonna do is take the spoolie and start softening up the inside. That's really the trick to make it look more like natural. And I want to kind of round it out. So I'm gonna take my spoolie and kind of make a half moon motion And then I'm gonna look and be like, oh, okay, I wanna kinda like add a few more little baby hairs. And again, spoolie it out. And do it like that. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do, like I said, normally when your brows are basically done, what you can do is take a little bit of concealer and start to trace out your brow. This is not necessary. I do my brows after my foundation, so normally this is not a step that I take, but because I wiped off some of my foundation with this video, I am going to take a little bit of concealer on a very flat brush. That way there's no redness and you can really see the final product. Same thing underneath. And if you want to really sharpen up your brows and give them that Instagram look, you do want to take some concealer right underneath, trace that line, and push it down towards your eye. All right, there we have it. It is really that easy, and once you get to know your eyebrows and your brow shape, it becomes a lot easier. The final product that I'm going to show for this video is what you want to top off your brows with. So what I've been using, I do have a drugstore version which I love, but I am obsessed. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow. Come on. This has brow fibers inside, and I'm actually going to show you the wand. The wand is very short and kind of stubby and concise, which allows for easy control, which is really nice when you're doing your brows. You get like a very close fill in and you're not like all over the place. So all of these products I got at Macy's. And Macy's does, like, unlike like Sephora and stuff, Macy's does sales like that include beauty, and so that's always the best time to get your makeup, is when Macy's does their sales that include beauty. It's 15% off, and that is when I load up on all of my holy grails like these. So highly recommend going to Macy's during their beauty sale time and stocking up on the necessities. And then I kind of just brush up on the inside as well. I do see one little hole that I'm going to go back in on. Okay. And there you have it. So please take these tips. If you have any questions about brows, products, suggestions, tips, or tricks for different brow shapes, I would love to chat. So follow my Instagram. It's down in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching my how-to brow tutorial. I will see you next week. Bye.